Dear students, welcome to the 20th session, which is on the Pickwick Papers by Charles Dickens, prescribed by the Mangalore University for third semester BA Optional English, Paper 3, Victorian Literature. This is Vasanta Ravi Prakash, Associate Professor, Department of English, Purnaprajna College, Udupi. This video highlights chapters 41 to 44. Let me give you the recap of the previous session. In the last episode, Sam was invited to a servants' party by John Smoker, the dignified servant of Mr. Bantam. Sam hears the stories of other servants who have attended the party. Mr. Winkle disappears and is found by Sam in Bristol. Mr. Winkle meets Bob Sawyer and Ben Allen at Bristol, who are medical students. Mr. Winkle wants to meet Arabella Allen. Sam meets Mary again and he is very serious about his love with Mary. Mr. Pickwick stays with Mr. Winkle at Bristol. On returning to London, Mr. Pickwick is arrested by Namby, a sheriff's officer, and his assistant. Now, Mr. Pickwick is in the prison. He pays the turnkey and gets a bed to sleep. The bed, even though expensive, is very dirty. His inmates never bother about Mr. Pickwick's presence. Pickwick is less concerned about his condition, but wants to know more about the others in prison. Pickwick feels tired and sleeps quickly. When he wakes up, he finds his inmates drinking and dancing. His inmates get to know that Pickwick has money. They demand Pickwick to get sherry and cigar. Pickwick's imagination of the prison was different from what he saw in reality. He is astounded to hear that the prisoners live in dark and airless place in the prison. He understands only those who have some money live with less trouble in the prison. He gets a true picture of the life in jail. Pickwick's assumptions that the underground chambers are for storing coal turns out to be wrong. He finds the prisoners lying huddled together in small dark rooms. Sam tells that there are many places more horrible than the debtor's prison. At the debtor's prison, Mr. Pickwick arranges to rent a room from another prisoner. He finds Job Trotter, Mr. Jingle's servant, running errands. He also sees Mr. Jingle in a devastated state. Mr. Jingle, who is present in the prison, is found in rags. Mr. Jingle is terribly upset about his condition. He pathetically looks at the meat which Job Trotter takes to give another prisoner. Mr. Pickwick helps Mr. Jingle and Job Trotter by giving them money. Sam, who was staying with Mr. Pickwick to serve him, was asked by Pickwick to leave him and go. Pickwick asks Sam to help one of the Pickwickians. Sam does not agree for this. In this episode, we get to know how magnanimous Pickwick is. He doesn't want to trouble even his servant Sam. Pickwick discovers the horrors of the prisoner's life. Pickwick's notion that a prison is a nice place to live in gets disillusioned when he understands that many poor prisoners suffer inside the prison without money. Some cannot afford for meals, no consideration for sick and poor people. Dickens brings out his personal observation when his own father was imprisoned in portraying Jingle's helplessness. The miserable atmosphere is deliberately created by Dickens to show the other side of life. Now, Sam, who is sent out of the prison, decides to get himself imprisoned again to stay with Mr. Pickwick. He borrows £25 from his father and he creates a story that he had to repay his debt, and so he gets imprisoned for not paying his debt. Sam is arrested and confined in the same prison where Pickwick is imprisoned. He wants to be imprisoned as long as Pickwick is present there. Mr. Weller described Mr. Pickwick as rather raw and will be like roast pigeon. The comment is on Pickwick's adamant decision to stay in the prison rather to pay his bill. Dickens deliberately uses the image of a pigeon. Pigeon is for peace, so is Pickwick. Sam's trick to enter into the prison where Pickwick lives is interesting. Here, Dickens brings the notorious corruption of the prison. Sam's patience and goodwill to sacrifice for his master is highlighted through this episode. Pickwick decides to pay Sam's bill and send him off the prison. To avoid this, Sam tells a story of a man who goes for the gluttony and tries to divert Pickwick's mind. Mr. Tupman, Mr. Winkle, and Mr. Snodgrass visit Mr. Pickwick and are shocked at having about Sam's imprisonment. Mr. Pickwick learns about his landlord, the poor prisoner's impending death. Mr. Pickwick and Sam attend his funeral with a broken heart. On the other side, Mr. Winkle appears to be upset about Arabella Allen. The prisoner's suffering once again comes to forefront. The death of the Chancery prisoner, that is Pickwick's landlord, portrayed the inhuman system of the prison. The prisoner dies without finding a solution. His death creates a tragic ending to their cheerful atmosphere. My dear students, let us now discuss the multiple choice questions. Pickwick's assumption about the underground chambers is for: is it storing coal, storing opium, storing alcohol, or none of the above? The answer is storing coal. Let me go to the next question. Pickwick discovers dash at the prison. Does he discover Mr. Winkle, or Mr. Jingle, or Mr. Tupman, or Mr. Snodgrass? Let us see the answer now. It is Mr. Jingle whom he discovers at the prison. The next question is, Mr. Pickwick learns about his dash impending death at the prison. Landlord, friends, neighbors, or none of the above? The answer is Mr. Pickwick learns about his landlord's impending death at the prison. The fourth question is this. Mr. Winkle appears to be upset about Rachel, Arabella Allen, Mrs. Bardell, or none of the above. The answer is Arabella Allen. We shall go to the last question now. Whose death creates a tragic ending to the cheerful chapter? The Chancery prisoner's death, Mr. Jingles, Job Trotters, or Sam Weller's? The answer is yes, it is Chancery prisoner's death, which creates a tragic ending to the cheerful chapters. My dear students, now we come to the end of this session. Thank you.